This tutorial. Today I'll be solving 10 of the hardest SAT mathematics question of 2025. This is part 1 because more videos of such will be coming up. Now let's go into the first question. In the given equation, C is a positive integer. Which of the following is one of the solutions of the equations? Okay, now C is a positive integer. Now for us to find the solution means we should look for the value of x. So the value of x here is the solution of this expression. Now okay, the value of x will be expressed in terms of C and 39. Okay, and it's like making s the subject of the formula. Now looking at this equation, we have this denominator and this denominator are the same. Okay, and we have a lot of variables here. Okay, so what I will do is that I'm going to make an assumption. I'm going to say, okay, let this my x square minus my c square, I can call it a. Let it be a. So in that case, I will have x square over the root of a is equals to c square over the root of a is equals to 39. So when I plus 39. So when I bring this over here, I will have x square over the root of a minus c square over the root of a is equals to 39. Okay, so when I simplify the left hand side here, I will have x square minus c square divided by the root of a common denominator. Now if you look at x square minus c square equals to a, I also have it here, x square minus c square equals to a. Then remember it's equals to 39. So this can be written as a over the square root of a is equals to 39. So if we have this now, we can rationalize this denominator to eliminate the roots here. So I will now have a sod a over a is equals to 39. So when you rationalize this, you get this. So a will cancel a. I will have my sod a equals to 39, in the sense that my a will now become the square. The square when you square both sides, a becomes the square of 39 square. Now remember, a is this expression here. We are looking for x, so we have reduced it to only x and c. So have x square minus c square is equals to 39 square. Okay, when I move this over here, I will now have my x square is equals to c square plus 39 square. Okay, so with this now I can find the square root of both sides. So my s become the square root of what? C square plus 39 square. Remember, plus or minus. So my s can either be plus c square plus 39 square, or my s can be minus c square plus 39 square. I think the answer is C, is D. So let's go into the next question. The number A is 110% greater than the number B. Okay, the number A is 100% greater, 110% greater than the number B. So number A will be 110% of B. Okay, then plus the number B. Okay, and the number B, because greater is plus, the number B is 90% less. Less is minus. 90% less than 40. So B will be equals to 47 minus 90% of 47. Okay, so we want to get the value of A. Okay, so A here is in B, so percent means over 100, so a become 110 over 100 times b, then plus b. Okay, so my a become 1.1 b plus b, so my a become 2.1 b. Okay, now to get my b, if I get my b here, I can easily put it here, substitute into a to get my a. So to get my b now, my b becomes what? 47 minus 90% is 0.9 times 47. Okay, so I will have here 47 minus 42.3. Yes, so this will give us 4.7. Okay, so my b is 4.7. So adding it here to get my a become 2.1 times 4.7, and this will give us 819.87. 9.87 is my answer. The next ACT mathematics question. In the xy plane, the point PR lies on the line with the equation. Okay, let me say this is the line, and the equation is y is equals to x plus b, and along this line there's a point, and this point is p comma r. So if that is the case, you know, my first number in the coordinate stand for my x, my second number in the coordinate stand for my y. So if I should substitute p and x into this equation, I will have r is equals to x is p plus b. So this is the first sentence. This is what we understand by the first sentence, but b is constant. Okay, now let's look at the second sentence. The point with coordinate this lies on the line with the equation. Okay, we have to underline again, and the equation is y is equals to 2b. Okay, 2x plus b. Okay, and this line we have a point there, and the point is 2p comma 5r. Remember, this is for the x and this is for the y. So if I should substitute here, I will have 5r is equals to 2 into 2p then plus b. So I will have here 5r is equals to 4p plus b. Okay, so they have the same constant bb. Now the question answers that what is the value of r over p? But p cannot be 0, because if p is 0 here, that means this is undefined, so p cannot be 0. So what is the value of r over p? Now if you look at this now, both of the expression has three variables, r, p and b, r, p and b, but b is constant in both cases. Okay, so why not equate the both b's? For this particular one, for this particular question, my b is equals to r minus p. For this particular one, my b is equals to 5r minus 4p. So if I equate the two b's together, I will have 5r minus 4p is equals to r minus p. Okay, so if I collect like terms, I'll have 5r minus r is equals to minus p plus 4p. So I have here 4r is equals to 3p. So if I divide both sides by p and divide both sides by 4, I will have r over p is equals to 3 over 4. So 3 over 4 is my answer, which is option B. Okay, now take a look at this question. If 3x minus y is equals to 12, what is the value of 8 to the power of x over 2 to the power of y? Okay, this we may not know what it's all about, but let's start from here. So I can change this to 8 to the power of x divided by 2 to the power of y. They are the same thing. and 8 and 2 are related because 8 can be expressed as 2 to the power of 3, then multiply this x here, then divided by 2 to the power of y. I can pick one of my tools here, obeying the law of indices, the second law, the law of subtraction. I will take one of the bases, which is 2, then I will now say 3x minus y. Okay, now 3x minus y we know is equals, look at it here, is equals to 12. So when I remove it here, I will now have 2 to the power of 12. That's option A. Okay, now the next SAT math question, that is a problem for last year. We have y is equals to 18 and y equals to minus 3x minus 18 squared plus 12. Okay, given that the equations are graphed in the xy plane, okay, if both are graphed in the xy plane, at how many points do the graph of the equation intersect? Okay, so if I have a curve like this, let me say this is for the second equation and this is for the first equation. Let me say y equals to, let me say I have something like this. Okay, so this equation intersect at this point and at this point. Okay, this is the point of intersection, and this only occurs when you equate the two equations. Okay, when you equate the two equations both will have the same value of x and y at this point of intersection. So at this point, both equations will share the same value of x and y. At this point, they will also share the same value of x and y. So for us to get the point of intersection, we need to equate both equations. Okay, so now this y is equals to 18. That means 18 should be here, is equals to minus 3x minus 18 square plus 15. Okay, now if I bring 15 over here, I will have 18 minus 15, that will give me 3, is equals to minus 3x minus 18 all square. So if I divide both sides by minus 3, I will have minus 1 is equals to x minus 18 all square. So the purpose of grouping them together is, or equating the two equations together, is to find the nature of this equation we will get. So from this equation we will now know if the line intersect or not. So let's expand. I have minus 1 equals to this will give me x squared 18 times 2 minus 36 x, then 18 squared should be plus 3 to 4. Okay, now I will get this minus 1 over here. I will now have my x squared minus 36x plus 325. Now this is a quadratic expression. In this quadratic expression, we need to know the kind of root it will have. Okay, and it can either be, it can have only one root, that is 1 point of intersection. It can as well have 2 points of intersection. It can as well may not have any point of intersection. Okay, but that all depends on the value of the discriminant d, which is b squared minus 4ac. The value of discriminant, it depends on the value of discriminant d. Okay, so if the discriminant, if d is equals to 0, I will have only 1 point. But if d is greater than 0, I will have exactly 2 points. But when d is less than 0, I will not have any point of intersection at all. Okay, so in this case now, my b squared minus 4ac, my b means the coefficient of x, so which is minus 36 square minus 4. My a is the coefficient of x square, which is 1, and my c is the constant, which is 325. Minus 36 square is 1290 minus 4 times 1 times this will give us 1, 1300. Okay, this number is less than 0. It's a negative not less than 0. So if it's less than 0, it means that this line, both line will never intercept. So the option is D. They will never intercept. The line will just be like this. The other one will go this way. They will never intersect. Okay. Now, in this question, complete the complete graph of the function and the table of value of this are shown below. Okay, this is the function f of x, and this is the table of g of x. Okay, the maximum value of f is k, so this is the maximum value of f, and this occurs at y equals to 3, means that k is equals to 3. Okay, so what is the value of g of k? G of k means g of 3, and g of 3 here we come here, g of 3 is 6, so our answer is 6. Point P is the center of the circle in the figure above. What is the value of x? Okay, this is the x. All right, so this line, if I extend this line to this point, it is also the radius. It is equals to this, and it's equals to this. So if this line is equals to this triangle is now an isosceles triangle, meaning that this angle must be equals to this angle. So here is 20 also. The same thing happen here. This is the base angle of isosceles triangle. This is also equals to 20, making the whole of this angle being 40 degree. And the angle subtended at the center of a circle is equal to the angle which the arc also subtend at the circumference. Is equal to twice the angle at the circumference. The angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. So if the angle at the circumference is 20, the angle at the center becomes 2 times 20, which is 40 degrees. So this here is 40 degrees. All right, next, the equation this is equals to this is true for all values of x not equals to 2 over 8 over a. That's good, because when they are equal, it means that this equation is undefined. So what is the value of a? Now this expression, if I group it into one fraction, I will find the LCM. You know, this over 1. The LCM here remains ax minus 2. So therefore, I will cross multiply, which is ax minus 2 into 8x minus 3, then minus 53, because 1 times 53 is 53. Now, this equation should be equals to 24x squared plus 25x minus 47 divided by ax minus 2. So when I open this bracket, that is this multiply this, I will have 8ax squared, then this so I don't need to multiply the rest, because when I begin to compare both of them, I'll find out that this 8x squared should be equals to 24x squared, because that is the only square here and that's the only square here. So if I eliminate these squares, I will have, remember this is minus, yeah, this is minus, and yes, supposed to be minus. So I'll have here minus 8a is equal to 24. So when I divide both sides by minus 8, this will cancel this, so my a become minus 3. So this is my answer. Based on the equation above, what is the value of 3x minus 2? Okay, 3x minus 2. I can solve this to find the value of x, then I will later find 3x minus 2, or I can factor out this. I can factor out 3 here and factor out. When I factor out 3, I'm left with 3x minus 2. So I can now solve for 3x minus 2. So when I factor out 3, I have 2 over 3 into 3. I'm left with 3x minus 2, then minus 4 is equals to, I factor out 3 here, I will have 3 into 3x minus 2. So when I cancel this, I have 2 into 3x minus 2 minus 4 is equals to 3 into 3x minus 2. So when I collect like terms and move this one over here, I will have 2 into 3x minus 2 minus 3 into 3x minus 2 equals to 4. Something is common here, which is 3x minus 2. I'll factor it out. 3x minus 2, I'm left with 2 minus 3 is equals to 4. So 2 minus 3 minus 1. So I have 3x minus 2 minus 1 equals to 4. So when I divide both sides by minus 1 and minus 1, I will now have that my 3x minus 2 is equals to minus 4. So the answer is A. If ax plus 2 into bx plus 7 is equals to this for all values of x, and a plus b equals to this, what are the two possible values of c's? Okay, in this case now I need to expand this and compare to this. Okay, let's see what I will get. Now ax times bx will give me abx squared plus ax times 7 will give me 7ax plus 2 times bx will give me 2bx. 2 times 14 will give me plus 2 times 7 will give me plus 14. Okay, all right. Now a and b is equals to 8, and c, this is equals to this, and these two here, that is if I have a bx squared plus, I can say okay, 7a plus 2b all x because they are in x, then plus 14 is the same thing to 15x squared plus cx plus 14. Okay, so it means that my c is equal to 7a plus 2b. Do we know a? No. Do we know b? No, but we can get both of them. Okay, we can start by comparing this first a and b with 15. So we can say that ab is equals to 15, equation 1, and we can say from what is given to us here, a plus b is equals to 8, equation 2. When we solve them simultaneously, we can say from here, from equation 1, a is equals to 15 over b. So placing it here, we have 15 over b plus b equals to 8. So this will give us b squared. Okay, or we can say 15 plus b squared is equals to 8b. So we now have here b squared minus 8b plus 15 is equals to 0. So if you factorize this, we are going to have b minus 5 into b minus 3 is equals to 0. It means that my b is equals to 5 or 3. So b is 5 or 3. If b is 5 or 3, remember that a is equals to 15 over b. So a is 15 over b, which means that a will either be 3 or 5. So when b is 8 is 5, a is 3, and when b is 3, a is 5, because remember that a plus b is equals to 8. So when you add them together, you give us 8. Okay, now how do we get the value of c? So we look at c here. Okay, c, my c is equals to 7a plus 2b. So let's pick this first value here. So a is 3, so 3 times 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus b is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So this is 31. So the only 31 here is d. But let's check this value here. So if a is 3, so a times 3 is, if okay, a is 5, Hmm? So 7 times 5 is 35 plus B is 3, 2 times 3 is 6. So when you add them together, you get 41. So our answer here is D.